Once again, our anchor text will be found in your student magazine. Today we will begin with lesson 27. It starts on page 20. But before we read, let's look at our target skill, target strategy, and do our preview, prediction, and set purpose. So this next selection you're going to read is expository nonfiction about magnets. Okay, scientific ideas can be connected through cause and effect. And the cause is why something happens, you'll remember, and an effect is what happens as a result. Now, understanding the connections of the cause and effect can help readers better understand the text. Authors can use words like because, thus, so, and since in their writing to help them to signal that cause and effect relationship and help us as the reader know where to find it. So cause and effect is your target skill. Summarize is your target strategy. To summarize means you briefly tell the important parts of a text in your own words. Summaries should not include every detail from the text, right? Just the most important points. And good readers pause to summarize what they read, and that can help them understand the text better. I'm going to have you preview a second. Keeping in mind this is an expository nonfiction article. All right, so go ahead and preview. This article starts on page 20 and ends on page 25. So just preview. Read the title, headings, look at the pictures, and then predict what you think the story is going to be about. And then based on what you know about expository nonfiction and your preview, you're going to set your purpose. So pause the video now, preview, predict, and set your purpose. Now that you've previewed and made your prediction, you need to set your purpose. Now, when I think of magnets, I think of the ones on my refrigerator. I'm going to read this article to learn more about how we use magnets. What is your purpose for reading? The essential question for this article, The Power of Magnets, is how would your life be different without magnets? As you read this article, you're going to think about that question. How would your life be different without magnets? Pause the video now and read pages 20 through 25 and come back to the video when you're done. Now that you've read the story, we are going to think through the text. Our questions start with the information on page 22 in your student magazine. How does the photograph at the bottom of page 22 help you understand the text? Summarize the information about Michael Faraday in the side column. List the steps in the process that make it possible for you to turn on light in your house. What details on pages 24 and 25 support the idea that magnets help provide the power people use every day? Now let's dig deeper. I'm going to go back to that. Understanding your cause and effect relationships can help you realize what happens and why it happens. So I would like you to think about the text in the article you just read. Okay, and we're going to pause the video after each question and just have another short discussion. There were not very many think through the text questions. This is just digging deeper into cause and effect and summarizing. Now remember, a cause happens first, and it's the reason that something happens. So what is one cause identified in the selection? Just find one. Now a cause leads to a second event called the effect. An effect is what happens. What is the effect of your cause that you found in the first question? Words like because, thus, so, and since may signal a cause and effect relationship. What cause and effect signal word do you see in the second paragraph of page 21? Good readers pause to summarize or briefly retell the important ideas about what they read. We're going to do that now with a series of questions. Captions are often used to summarize the important information. I'm sorry, I'm having an issue today. Captions are often used to summarize the information presented in an article or photograph. Look back at the captions on page 21. What do they tell you about magnets? Headings are also used to summarize information by concisely telling the reader what they can expect to read about in the selection. Which heading on pages 22 and 23 summarizes information about electromagnets? Looking at the captions and headings together will often give clues about what information to include in a summary. What do the heading and captions on page 22 tell you about what to summarize for that page? Summary should only include the most important ideas from a selection. What are the most important ideas made about poles and magnetic fields on page 22?